Hello, I'm Mark Atwood. I am the creator of the Technophobes Guide to Internet Marketing and the founder of the Entrepreneurs Internet Marketing Academy. Welcome to video 2 in this series of video training. In this video, I am going to introduce you to my good friend Teo. Teo, perhaps you'd like to explain why you're here.
Why I'm here? Because I'm going to be the learner. I'm going to be the person that's going to ask the questions that you would want to ask if you were here in the virtual classroom with us. So Mark is actually going to teach the 8 modules of this fantastic course to me, and my job is to ask the questions that you would want to ask, and basically to keep your energy up so you can share this fantastic information with us.
Fantastic. Well, I've said fantastic twice now. That's good. So let's get deep into it. What I want to do in this video is just give you something that you can go and do right away. What amazes me after teaching internet marketing for 6 years now is that there are still huge opportunities online for people with little budget and little knowledge. So I'm going to show you something that you can try straight after this video to see if you can start getting rankings for keywords that people are typing in that relate to what it is that you sell. And that's the key thing here to understand. It's about finding keywords that relate to what it is that you sell and then creating content online to do that. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily have enough cash to just go out and get a brand new website. So one of the first things that I teach people to do is to go and make videos based upon keywords. So what I'm going to show you here is, here's the opportunity. So I've typed in a keyword here which is 10 meter. Can you see that on the screen? 10 meter telehandler hire. Now 10 meter, that's deliberately misspelt because most people spell it with ER, unfortunately. But that's where most of the traffic is. But you can see here on Google that these top 3 positions here are all adverts. Okay, so they're paid for. That's fine if you've got the money, but if you haven't, you can see down here. So when you say
paid for, it means that if me, Joe Bloggs, as a punter, was to click any of those ads, that means that those people would have to pay because I've clicked their ad. So
Absolutely.
It's a pay-per-click ad. Which
is fine, and you know, we do go into training in the Technophobes Guide on how to do AdWords properly. We go into that into quite some detail, and I give you the benefit of my 17 years internet marketing experience and 12 years experience using Google AdWords, and the fact that I've spent over £2.5 million on AdWords myself means that I know how painful it can be if you get that wrong. So this video is not going to be about AdWords. I'm just trying to show here an example of how I've used one piece of video content to dominate the top 3 positions of Google for one of my chosen keywords, because I created this company called PalHire, and one of our keywords for one of our products is 10 meter telehandler hire. So you can see on here that on YouTube it ranks at number 1, not only on Google, but also on YouTube. There it is. There's the keyword. There's the search results. Now, if we go back here, you can also see what I want you to notice is that our blog post is there, which you can see here, which also is optimized for the keyword, and I'll teach you exactly how to optimize web pages inside the Technophobes Guide to Internet Marketing. But that is the same video content, same piece of content, which is actually quite profound when you think about it, because there it is again, same piece of content, but this time on a different website called dailymotion.com. So what I want to do here is just test a keyword. Just before we started making this video, we thought, okay, let's just think of a keyword. I like flying, so I picked flying school, Leicestershire. There's Leicester Airport. They're number 1 on Google, as you'd expect. And in here in Google, there are some videos here, but nobody's actually optimized for flying school Leicestershire. So what I'm going to try and do, Teo, if you would be so kind, is could you stand up and pretend that you are somebody who owns a flying school in Leicestershire? I'll
have a good go.
Can you do that? Can you get into character for me?
I'll do that for you, yes.
Now, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but what I'm holding here is a flip minnow camera. You could use a mobile phone on its side, but these are pretty cool. I like this because it's got a flip action. And what I'm going to do here is simply ask Teo to say the words, if you're looking for a flying school in Leicestershire, then why not come and try Teo's Flying Club, because we cater blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
The key to this is saying the keyword in the video, because Google can hear what you're saying. Not a lot of people know that. The other key to this thing here, if you're on a low budget, this kind of camera work is very easy to do, and you can do it in one take with no post-production, because editing and post-production is what takes up the time and stroke all the money. So what I'm trying to do here is just get a one take, upload, and in real time we're going to see if this ranks on YouTube. So I'm taking a big risk here, because if when this does work, and it often works, it can have very fast results. But we're going to find out now. So,
all right.
Okay, Teo.
Flying school, Leicestershire.
Flying school. Ready? 3, 2.
Hello there and welcome. If you're looking for a flying school in Leicestershire, I would highly recommend Teo's Flying School. And the reason being is that we train pilots from absolute novice to getting your full PPL. If you'd like to get in touch, then call us today on this telephone number or visit teosflyingschool.com.
Done. Brilliant. Thank you, Teo. So if you'd like to talk about the Technophobes Guide while I just upload this, that'd be really cool.
The Technophobes Guide. Well, actually, this video is being shot after we filmed the Technophobes Guide, and Mark and I have spent the entire day in the studio here, which is why I can tell you with complete authority that it is absolutely brilliant. Eight different modules, and it has been designed for the technophobe. If you know a little bit about SEO, if you know a little bit about advertising, if you know a little bit about how Google Analytics and AdWords works, it will be perfect for you. And in fact, even if you do think you know a lot about it, I would hazard a guess that you may not know as much as Mark does. And I think the real reason that he is able to speak with such authority is, as he said a few moments ago, that he has been doing this for over 17 years, and he will show you, and he showed me today, how he spent over £2.4 million on Google AdWords. And I don't know about you, but if I'd spent £2.4 million doing something, I imagine that I would have spent a long time learning how not to do it. And I can also speak from experience because Mark actually does the search engine optimization, or SEO, for a couple of my websites as well, and they have fantastic results for us. And when Mark approached me to say, could we make this 8-hour course? And I said, yes, please, let's do it. Let's do it in the video studio. And what a great way to learn would be if you were to teach me the content and I was to ask the questions that the person at home would want to ask at the same time. And then that's how it came about, wasn't it, Mark? And we've had a great fun day doing it.
Fantastic. I really appreciate what you just said, even though I didn't hear any of it because I was busy trying to optimize this video in real time for you guys. So if we can go to the screen now, what I've basically done is I've put the keyword into the title of the video here. I've put a link in, a clickable link. Let's try and make that correct.
Take out the S.
Yeah, wrong way. There we go. Take out the yes, that's it. Because we're doing this at speed after 8 hours, there are going to be some errors there. So I'm putting, this is the description. What you need to understand is that whenever you put a video up on YouTube, you are creating a new page on the internet. So you must make sure that the keyword is in the title and it's in the description. One other thing on advanced settings that's really good and very useful for you to do is make sure that the video itself is put into the location that's where you're trying to get the search traffic, in this case Leicester. And then here we've recorded it today. The whole point behind that is that you are putting in more effort than most other people bother doing with videos, which means it's got a higher chance of ranking. I'm now going to click publish, and I'm going to take you through a little case study to give that a couple of minutes to. This is like a Saturday morning kitchen, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'll just put that in the oven for a few minutes while we go back over to here and have a look at a case study that I want to talk you through. I talk about this in more depth in the course. We've talked about this today, but I want to give you an example of how to think about your internet marketing from the beginning. Now, I went to see show the camera back on now, please. I went to see a potential client who had a kickboxing school in Poynton in Cheshire, and I said to him, can you tell me what it is that you actually sell? And he said, well, I do kickboxing classes in Poynton. I was like, okay, but your website is optimized for the word home and your brand, and there's no keywords anywhere here. I said, how many products do you actually sell? And he ended up saying, well, what I realized, but after quizzing him, was that he actually sold 17 products, but he didn't realize it. And the 17 products were kids kickboxing classes in Poynton, kickboxing classes in Stockport, women's only fitness classes, circuit training, Muay Thai training, martial arts kickboxing. He had all these different classes, and it actually turned out that that was 17 different products. So the very first thing I did was got him on video like I just did with you, and we got him to make a video for kids kickboxing classes Poynton. This is what happened. If you have a look on the screen, if I go to kids kickboxing classes Poynton, and here we go. This is live on the internet. That's his AdWords advert, which is Shanty. I'm not going to go into AdWords today because we haven't got time.
Yep.
But if you go down here, position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the top 10 positions are all taken up because, firstly, we created content that was optimized for the keyword, but then also the videos are ranking there as well. And so are some of the other videos ranking there as well. So he's got all this total domination Now, this isn't always possible in every market. I'm not saying that you can do this in every market. What I am saying is that if you have a small business or you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're a localized business, there are massive opportunities here for creating content that nobody else in your market will have bothered to do.
Yeah. And
that's really the key to this. So I'm going to take a little risk now, Teo. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to shoot this again. You realise this? But flying school, Leicestershire, fingers crossed. Yes!
Look at that!
Look at that, straight to the top. How long did that take? 2 minutes. There it is on Google.
You can see it's on there. I look rather tired.
2 minutes. We've had a long day. 2 minutes. That is an actual keyword that somebody may put in, that we could probably go and sell this to the flying school in Leicester and see if they want to buy this video off us.
And the wonderful thing is that Mark has given us, well, he will give you, if you decide you're going to go ahead and purchase this course, hopefully when you go ahead, that you'll see that he gives you the complete tools to find lots and lots and lots and lots of those key phrases, in which case, imagine how many videos you could get on the top of YouTube straight away, and you're just going to capture these leads that potentially you're missing all the time. I've been blown away by it. I cannot wait. When I know about video, I didn't know about this. This is brilliant.
Well, I'm just showing this as one of the opportunities that is available to small business owners and entrepreneurs, because I'm really passionate about making sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed without having to spend a fortune. I try to demystify this stuff. I mean, what I've just shown you is possibly a little magic trick, I suppose you could put it that way, but it's just to illustrate how simple this can be. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to learn this stuff, and I love changing lives with this stuff, because so many of my students over the years since I've been teaching this stuff, I have changed their lives.
Yes.
And that's what makes me really happy. In fact, it makes me more happy than anything I've ever done, which is why we've spent the day putting together, how long is this course?
Well, it's 8 modules.
8 modules.
On average, I would think 35 to 50 minutes per module. There's a whole lot of information.
It's been good. It's been really good.
Yeah, really good.
So the idea of this video for you, this free video for you, is really to show you the setup that we have and the kind of training that we do, and hopefully you'll get a taste for that. And you'll be able to look at. I'm going to send you another video out in a couple of days, and I hope you can engage with that. And hopefully, if you leave comments in the Facebook section here, if you do actually go and put a video together based on a keyword and gets ranked on here, then show me. Let's show everybody, because it would be fantastic to do that. And what's even better is if you go back to Google a day later, often those YouTube videos will be ranking on Google as well, all of which will get you videos. And there's more to this. There's more optimization that you can do to generate the traffic and leads and create more of a call to action. But this is just a short video to get you excited about the kind of training that we're offering here. So thank you very much for watching. I am going to say goodbye now. And maybe the last word from you, please, Sarah.
Well, all I can say is that we've done this all day long, and if you like the structure and you like the format and you love the camera angles, we're on the wide shot and we're talking to you. The whole point is about this video series is for you, and I'm merely my role is only to ask the questions that I think you would want to ask, because Mark knows his subject so well that a couple of times he has gone off on tangents and using acronyms and things that potentially you wouldn't understand. And the whole point of being a Technophobes guide is we've made it as simple as possible. And having seen you speak on stage several times, I think this is the clearest you've ever delivered it today. And if you do decide you're going to join us, well, you'll find out more in the next video.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Have a great day.